Okay, this is the second 9 for warm-up on Monday, November 20th. 9 questions. The first 3, Branson, are related to reachback, dealing with integers and fractions, and the next 6 all have to do with both the grade 8 curriculum and the grade 7 algebra sets. So the first question is an integer question, and it actually has quite a few operations, but the first 2 operations are in brackets. It says -4 take away -2 plus 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is simplify this. So there's only subtraction and addition, which means I'm going to do it in order from left to right. I know I don't like to subtract, so I'm going to keep addition of the opposite of the second integer to get the same answer. -4 plus +2 is -2, and -2 plus a +3 is 1. So the brackets simplify to be just +1, and the rest just comes down. So 1 plus -3 times -2. I'm going to do my multiplication first, and negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 2 is 6. So -3 times -2 is a +6, or just 6. So therefore, the solution to that integer question is just 7, +7, or 7. In your next question, you have 3 operations, 2 of which are multiplication and 1's addition. So the first thing I'm going to do is the first multiplication I see. 1/5 times 1/4. Multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators, you get that. Then I have one more multiplication left, so the addition stays. That's going to get me 3/40. So now I have 1/20 plus 3/40. My common denominator is 40. 2/20 plus 3/20 is 40th, excuse me, is 5/40, which in lowest terms is 1/8. So your answer to that question is 1/8. Your next question is multiplication of a whole number by a mixed fraction. So the same thing would be this question. The same thing to that would be this question. And from an algorithm standpoint, the third one's the easiest because I know when I multiply fractions, I can multiply numerators, multiply denominators. So some of us see it as being able, because we're multiplying, we were conditioned to cross-reduce. So if I cross-reduce that, I get 2 over 1, and my answer would be 14. But if I didn't cross-reduce it, it's okay, because you get 28 over 2, which in lowest terms is 14 over 1, or just 14. So if 4 people gave you $3.50, you would have 14 bucks. If 4 people gave you $3.50, that would be the exact same type of question as this. 4 people giving you $3.50, you'd have $14. In the next question, it says model this algebra question. So -5 is my constant. It goes first. My variable is second, which is a positive x, equals -2. To isolate the variable, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And by adding 5 to both sides, I create 0 pairs here, leave me with just x. And over here, I have just 3. And therefore, x is equal to 3. In the next thing, it says just use opposite operation. So I have to say this is -2 multiplied by x, or x multiplied by -2. And the opposite of multiplying something by -2 is to divide both sides by -2. That creates opposite operation. I'm left with x on this side. 6 divided by 2 is 3. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. So the answer is -3 equals x. On the next side, it says use opposite operation again. This says x divided by -10, and the opposite of doing that is to multiply by -10. So I'm going to multiply by -10, and I'm going to multiply this side by -10. Those are opposite operations. I'm left with x equals 240 times 10. You just add a 0 when you multiply by 10. And it's negative times a negative, which means it's a positive answer. Positive 2,400. In the next one, it says just model to get your answer. So, page width here. Where is that? Page width. Oh, hang on a second. There we go. So my constants here, and my, oh heavens to Betsy. What happened there? What happened there? Oh, we're all over the place now. Okay, smartboard technicalities, but I'm going to add 1 to both sides. That's going to get rid of that minus 1 constant, because I know that's my constant. I'm up with 4x equals, oh, I'm modeling. Shoot, that's what I did wrong. Okay, we're back now. Now I know what I'm doing. So modeling it, I want to make my scale a negative 1 and 4x equals positive 3. I'm going to get rid of my constant by adding 1 to both sides. That leaves me with 4x equals 4. And if 4x has the weight of 4, then each x would have a weight of 1. Divide the 4x's into smaller scales, and I'd have x equals 1. In my next one, it says model it, so I'm going to draw my scale. 4 and half of x. This is not all of x. It says actually half of x. Another way I could write that is 0.5 multiplied by x, or half of x. But we're just going to model it with half an x tile, and then positive 3. In order to get rid of this, I'm going to add negative 4 to both sides, creating 0 pairs here. I have half of x left is equal to negative 1. If half an x is equal to negative 1, then doubling this side, I now have a full x, so I doubled that side, and I would double this side. My answer would be x is equal to negative 2. Okay? And in the last one, it says just use opposite operation. Just opposite operation. So this is my constant. I'm going to add 5 to both sides to get rid of the constant by using opposite operation. I have negative 2x equals negative 2. Divide both sides by not positive 2, but negative 2. And I get x equals positive 1. Just remember, if you like this video, please poke that like button, smash it hard, and pinch it till it's blue. And make sure you share this video with anyone else who's having trouble with algebra.